quite having any luck going along with it. He's in the golden brown car right there, the number 9 car.
71 laps of the scheduled 105 lap distance, 167 miles, as Robbie Gordon in the midst of all that. In trouble again, and he touches Cheever. He touches Cheever. Then Fittipaldi stacks the brakes. So does Pruitt. And Ari Lyondike comes to a stop in this turn. Is badly crowded now. They'll have to take incredible care. Yellow flags, I'm sure, flying all the way down Seaside. You can see these course marshals here. By the way, the course marshals are all volunteers, and they take incredible chances to try to keep this race going. They're here all week, and they do a magnificent job, as you see they're doing now. Lyondike trying to get going, looking for help. He needs somebody to push him forward so he can get back into the run.
We just sit here and we can grunt for him, you know. I mean, he needs to get going. Unfortunately, this hairpin turn is so narrow and so hard to get through.
Here comes Mansell.
The tracks get blocked.
Mansell comes in, tries an inside line very carefully through the corner. Of course, the yellow flag is there, but still there's plenty of debris down there, and those cars are in the way.
And you know, one of the biggest problems, Paul, is like you said, they don't want to run over anything.
So with lap 72 complete, Nigel Mansell heads for the pit area. He runs in the lead of this race. Gary Gerald, you there?
This is a real bonus for Nigel Mansell and the Newman-Haas team because, Paul, they made that last stop at lap 58. That meant there were 47 laps to go to the finish. Not enough fuel to do it. Now they'll get the complement of fuel. He won't have to go any further as we go to Jackaroo.
Well, Gary, they also completed a stop here with the Roberto Guerrero car who was running in second. Let's check in with the dragmaster himself who runs this team, Kenny Bernstein. Now, can you run full fuel till the end?
Yes, we can. We're in good shape. Can't say enough about the Budweiser team. What a great job they've done.
They're going to go full open from here on in. Paul?
In the meantime, on the track itself, it looked like Mario Andretti, as we've got an injured crew member there, we'll keep track of this, looked like Mario Andretti, the yellow flag flying on the whole course, past Nigel Mansell coming out of the pits. Look here. Here is Mansell coming out. But watch as he comes out for a second car, and that's Mario, and he passes him. So Mario Andretti comes around Mansell, and these stops were made under the yellow, but remember, that doesn't matter in the pits. So Mario Andretti is now lined up in front of Nigel Mansell. Scott Goodyear lines up in third. We'll be back.
There are a few American classics, but only one Kentucky Derby.
Splitfire earned a United States patent. Splitfire doesn't look like any other spark plug. And the patented Splitfire doesn't work like any other spark plug.
5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs. Quicker in the quarter mile. A 4.8% gain in mileage.
There's nothing like a Splitfire. You'll get more power and more mileage, or your money back. Get the guaranteed Splitfire advantage at leading automotive stores from coast to coast.
The Toyota Celica GT Extra Value Package is so incredible you can't resist it.
The warbled egret poised.
See? You can't resist popular features like cruise control, air conditioning, AM, FM stereo cassette.
And squeeze!
Uh-huh. Couldn't stay away from power windows and door locks, could you?
It's the most unbelievable.
Came back for the savings, huh? Up to $800 on the 1993 Celica Extra Value Package.
I know what you do for me.
I shouldn't have to tell you this, but you can save money on home repairs with the right wood preserver. Thompson's Wood Protector has more of everything wood needs to protect it. The Parkers used the wrong brand. Now look at that fading. The Furmans tried something else, and they still got water damage. They'll be calling.
Thompson's Wood Protector. Superior protection from water, sun, and mildew damage.
Thompson's Wood Protector. It's #1 for wood.
The call comes down from Canada. A little colder, a little crisper, a little cleaner.
It's time for us all. We gotta answer.
Molson Golden, Molson Light. Molson, answer the call.
Back at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, full course caution. One of the other great races during the weekend here at this entire festive event is the Toyota Pro Celebrity Race, which was run yesterday, and Sam Posey reports.
All right, see, what we're going to do is we got each other's back, right? We're going to be drafting back and forth, back and forth. I'm lap 9. I win.
Olympic star Mary Lou Retton led the pre-race calisthenics in her own special fashion. And then it was off to the races. 16 Toyota Celicas equally matched except for the drivers. Mary Lou showed both driving ability and guts as she outbraked Cuba Gooding Jr. to take the position. And then the wheel banging began. Crystal Bernard wished she could have sprouted wings to escape drag racer John Force as he pushed her forcibly aside. Then Mary Lou made ex-raider Bob Golick feel like a quarterback as she sacked him into the tires. Radio host Sean Parr and John Queen both wanted the same piece of track. Neither got it. When the checkered flag flew, was motorcycle great Eddie Lawson, who added another title to his collection. Inside Editions, Rick Kirkham won the celebrity division. Kirkham showed that he was a pro when it came to working the champagne bottle. In a wild podium celebration, the bubbly bubbled over.
I started out great. I started out wonderful. I passed 2 people. I passed Cuba and I passed Mark Steins on my second and third time around, and then I just played demolition ping pong ball there after turn 2. I don't know what lap it was. Hit the wall, hit the other wall, and hit the wall again 3 times. But I kept going.
And one of the stars, the pros this year, is the star of the great hit show on ABC, Coach Craig T. Nelson. 1 week a pro, 1 week an amateur. What are you anyways in auto racing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I should go back to coaching, I think, or the way I'm racing. I mean, it's terrible.
Now, we understand that there's some great new draft choices, people that you signed for coach in terms of athletes. Now, what's the story on Minnesota State for next year?
Well, we're not violating any NCAA regulations, but by God, we're going after the best there is in high school football. And I got a line on a couple guys. I think we're going with the Patriot Bowl next year. Olmeyer, Patriot Bowl. Going to be big.
Paul?
All right, Jack Craig T. Nelson, who has become a... Well, he's not just running the Toyota Pro Celebrity. He's got a team of his own right now. So we are under a full course caution, and Paul Newman keeping track of both of his cars, Mario Andretti and Nigel Mansell. This is what caused this full course caution, as Robbie Gordon got to the outside and then got into the side of Eddie Cheever. Raul Boisel dodging a bullet there, and Fittipaldi and Pruitt and Arie Luyendyk all chalking up the brakes behind him. This is the look from Arie Luyendyk's car as he just slapped the brakes. Paul Tracy is the leader of this run now as we come back to green. He's led 203 of the 341 laps available this year. He continues his lead, but now, tacked right on his back end, is Mario Andretti and Nigel Mansell as they both maneuver for position. And Fittipaldi not a factor back there. He's several laps behind the lead.
And remember, the big change, Paul, was during the pits, and the people that didn't see it, as Mario beat out the guy right behind him, number 5, Mansell, out of the pit. Mansell had no idea that that was going to happen.
Mario, in a sense, ambushed him, I think, as he was leaving the pits, the only place he could overtake him. Now Nigel is going to have to do the overtaking under green out on the racetrack. You know, they're teammates, but they're very aggressive men with an awful lot of pride, and there's no team orders that one driver or the other should win the race. They are racing for the victory individually.
So Fittipaldi in that 4 car is not a factor. He is running in 16th place, but the rest of these cars are all fighting at the front of the field. Tracy followed by Andretti, followed by Mansell, by Boisel, by Roberto Guerrero.
And 1 Chevrolet leading it, 2 Fords following it. The same team right there. Mario Andretti, Mansell on your left. They're trying to outbrake him going in.
Mansell, who is incredible at running down on the inside of the racetrack, slapping those brakes, riding the brakes all the way to the corner. Scott Pruitt takes a stop and go penalty for speeding in the pits. Excuse me, they have changed that now. We had one of his crewmen that was injured in the pits, not yet identified to us. And this stop and go was a result of leaving the pits with hoses still connected. And we'll try to get an update on his crewman as well, let you know what happened there.
That's a new team. Maybe the guys just aren't experienced enough together right now, because, of course, the driver always wants to leave in a hurry, and I think that's what happened, Paul.
Watching at the front, no change in the order, though Rahal is closing in on Roberto Guerrero.
This is a very fraught situation because Nigel Mansell's been a little bit faster than Mario throughout much of the day, but he now must get by Mario, and Mario is very aggressive at defending himself on a course like this.
I think we can easily assume that by now we're not too far from the end of the race, and Mansell is very tired and very sore from his injuries in Phoenix. And it kind of looks like he's not as aggressive as he normally is.
Battle for 5th place, the 40 car, Roberto Guerrero. Rahal right behind him, Goodyear just back from Rahal. 5th, 6th, and 7th. There's Bosell also in the fight as well, just ahead of Guerrero. All 4 of these cars in contest with one another, just ahead of them, Nigel Mansell, Mario Andretti, and Paul Tracy. So at this point, now with 80 laps complete, 105 the scheduled distance, it still could go to anyone because the battle is all sitting on one straightaway all together. The leader, of course, is Paul Tracy as TLC-VB comes in and out. This is a stop and go for a speed violation in the pits. He moves back into the fight. He's running 8th. So Paul Tracy has had some pretty good luck so far in the running and remains in the lead. But will Mario and Nigel catch? We'll be back after this message and a word from your ABC station.
Okay, here we go. See, Toyota believes there's really no difference between racing cars and racing trucks. Wow. See, the cars have advanced aerodynamics that keep the wheels firmly on the ground, which is important, and the trucks, boy, they're up there. The cars have superb handling to steer around the competition, you see, and the trucks, neat. But look, the cars won their championship, and so did the trucks. See, the results are the same.
Chunky is chunkier. Thick is thicker. Ortega's thicker, chunkier salsa. It's mix to the max.
When it's this hot, don't take chances. Only Armor All Protectant guarantees your new car's dash from cracking. There is a fountain of youth, and we guarantee it. Armor All.
Tonight on day 1, this is the story you've never heard before. Jeffrey Dahmer.
He would attack you. He would.
From people who knew him and from his own words, what made this child a monster? And why wasn't killing enough?
I knew I was sick or evil or both.
Forrest Sawyer, day 1, tonight.
Dick Lamb for Copeland Toyota Volvo. You know, we have something that they don't, and you can get it. The all-new 1993 Volvo 244, one of America's most prestigious cars, only at Copeland Toyota Volvo for just $259 per month. We also have the new 1993 Volvo 944, and you can have it for just $279 a month. We've got them, they don't. That's that. Copeland Toyota Volvo. We're easy and proud of it.
Sunday's my day. Sunday is sports. NFL, NHL, NBA, and the Sunday Sports Special. I watch all my TV. Who's that guy with the names? 21. One day I'm watching, I break for the fridge. He's breaking a tackle. I'm turning the corner, so is he. I'm at the pickle jar. He's at the 40. I make it back. The guy says, he scored. I say, what happened? So I learned to breeze on through to the Sunday Sports Special.
The Sunday Sports Special, tonight at 11:20 with Mike Fabrizio.
Watch him.
Spirit of Hampton Road.
Overhead, the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle based in nearby Carson. Many thanks to our friends from Goodyear for providing some really great aerial shots that show you some good relationships in the cars on this course. As you look down now on the streets of Long Beach, that's the combination that leads to the hairpin. And there is the hairpin, and take a look at the gigantic crowd that is here. Every seat is filled. An event that enjoys tremendous success, and like we said, it's starting a very special electricity here.
Paul, the Ford people, a lot of competitors have said that car right there, the Chevrolet-powered cars have had problems getting off the corners. I listen to Paul Tracy as he comes off the hairpin. They've got the Chevrolets running. He buries the throttle about the middle of the turn, and it just jumps off.
Nigel Mansell taking a slow run down shoreline, and several cars, including Bosell and Rahal, get past them. Gary Gerald?
Nigel just was on the radio, we're told, saying it's rough as anything. We're assuming he's talking about the engine, the crew very concerned.
So Nigel Mansell, who was looking so strong, chasing Mario Andretti, now he is not.
Well, you know, Nigel Mansell, of course, has been compared with Michael Andretti this year, and Michael is having a lot of trouble in Formula One. You saw Carl Haas there, Mansell's car owner, but as Michael tries to deal with unfamiliar courses over there and is having trouble, remember that when Nigel dealt with an unfamiliar course here, i.e. Phoenix, he had a major crash. So what I think it proves is that both these series, both Formula One and IndyCar, are very, very tough for newcomers, no matter how good you are. And both these men are terrific.
Let's listen to Nigel's engine now as he approaches the Toyota turn 1. You've got a tuned ear. Can you hear it?
Well, Paul, he's definitely down a cylinder, and the engine has probably dropped a valve, just hasn't gone through a piston or into the water. It's really running bad. He has no power.
Nigel Mansell's fallen to 6th place.
Yeah, back to 6th, where you don't score a lot of points.
At the front of the field, it remains Paul Tracy with Mario Andretti now in pursuit. But let's not forget 2 weeks ago at Phoenix.
Now, Nigel will stay in. There's nothing left to do. They've probably already done a lot of damage to the engine. He'll just stay in as long as he can finish the best that he can finish.
You got a glimpse of Mario Andretti. Now Bobby Rahal making a move on Raul Boesel. This is a battle for 3rd place. He can't get past him there in the first corner. Andretti chasing Paul Tracy. He's 2.5 seconds back from Tracy.
This is turning into an outstanding performance for Rahal. I don't think as the race began he could have hoped to do this well. Suddenly, as you said, he's menacing for 3rd.
And Paul Tracy's average is climbing steadily as we continue to watch this battle with Rahal and Raul Boesel for 3rd place. Despite 2 full course cautions, the average speed of the race is 91.247 miles an hour. The record is 91.945. So Tracy may be running on a race record here very shortly.
Boy, you can watch right there. They came off of the hairpin turn. There's Rahal. We're on board with Boesel right ahead of him. And look at the way Boesel jumped ahead, getting off. Now we're in the drafting with Boesel. Here's Rahal going to the inside. He can't even get close enough to try and pass on Boesel there. Not enough straightaway speed.
Rahal's car, of course, is the True Sports car from last year. His team, along with Carl Hogan, has taken over the development of that car, and they are now seeing basically the best performance it's ever had right now.
So that battle continues. Paul Tracy continues to run about 2 seconds ahead of 2nd place Mario Andretti. So now with 87 laps complete, Paul Tracy may have his first win.
There was one thing about Bud that we kept hearing over and over.
Now that's fresh beer. Huh? Okay, let's say this is the original Budweiser brewery in St. Louis. There's another one in Texas.
And 2 more in Florida.
New York, California,
New Jersey.
Over a dozen of them.
So Budweiser doesn't have to truck their beer clean across the country.
So you know it's fresh.
Right.
Is that my beer in New Jersey?
Three champions who share a winning formula. Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil.
Nice to have you over here in the States.
Thank you.
Come over here running circles with us.
The incredible thing is a different concept on ovals, isn't it?
Some people just can't get it right.
Even at Indy?
Oh, especially at Indy.
Before, he had somewhere to go.
And what have they got? There's some grass and then more concrete?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, it's not good.
Perhaps I should follow you then.
Not a bad idea, Nigel.
Very unpleasant on an oval, I'd think.
Just remember, don't turn right too much on them.
They're on it all the time.
Complete professionals who rely on the same complete protection you can buy right off the shelf. Haviland Formula 3 from Texaco.
Why do you go anti-clockwise?
You're in a foreign country, boy.
U.S. Olympic hero Shannon Miller goes for the all-around gold at the biggest gymnastics event of the year, the World Gymnastics Championship, Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Back at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, we continue to watch this battle now led by Bosell around Rahal. And Bosell sits in third place. Mario Andretti just ahead of them in second. Paul Tracy leads it. But that brings up an issue of fuel and Paul Tracy's last stop. Paul Tracy stopped 29 laps ago. Bobby, what do you think? Can he make it to the finish?
Paul, according to my figures, he would have to get too good a gas mileage. Well, look at Rahal working Bosell there. But according to my figures, he can't make it. Now, if he's got enough speed where he can short shift the thing and turn the boost back, which it doesn't appear that he would have, I just don't see how he's going to make it.
Well, Jack Arute is a little closer to that situation being in the Penske pit. Jack, what do you think?
Well, Paul, right from the beginning when he had that shredded tire, they determined that the only way that Paul Tracy could win the race was in order to stay out as long as possible. They have told me they are not going to pit again. They feel that they stockpiled enough fuel early on that they can go the distance. Now remember, in Australia, it was Emerson Fittipaldi's teammate who was in a similar position trying to chase down Nigel Mansell. They only discovered after Mansell ran out of fuel that they had 4 gallons of fuel left in the tank, left in the car itself. They have gone to work since then. They changed computer chips for readout. They're much more accurate now in terms of fuel consumption. They are very confident behind me that they will not be back in the pits again today.
You do have to remember, too, that the Penske team had 2 cars damaged at Phoenix. They've spent almost the entire time, in fact, all of the time since then, rebuilding cars, cannibalizing one from the other, just to come here with 3 machines, so they haven't had a whole lot of time to address their readout problems that they suffered on fuel early in the year.
Yes, and also remember their telemetry wasn't working right in Australia, but it's working good now, so they're seeing in the pits what Tracy's doing. Tracy doesn't really have to know it.
Lap leaders thus far in the race, Mansell early on, then Tracy, powerful after that. And look at Tracy to the lead now here on the 92nd lap, 105 laps the scheduled distance.
If Tracy, of course, has to pit or runs out of fuel right at the end, that, as things are going right now, hands the win to Mario Andretti, duplicating what happened in Phoenix 2 weeks ago. That makes this battle currently for third a battle for second, and it looks as if Rahal has just swept into that position. It's third now. It would be second were Tracy to run into trouble.
Rahal under and around Bosell picks up third place for the moment, but as Sam suggests, if Tracy is in fuel problems and has to come in, he only has 4 seconds on second place Mario Andretti. He can't possibly get in and out in that 4 seconds, and that would hand the race over to Mario as the leader.
Remember, Rahal is the defending national champion, IndyCar champion. He was second in this race last year en route to his championship. He did not appear to be a strong contender at the beginning of this race, having qualified back in midfield. He has come through, avoiding quite a few incidents along the way. He's been very close to trouble, but has not struck trouble. And right now, he is giving his team its best performance of the year, by far.
You know, he's one of the cars, or they're one of the groups that have got their car working a lot better on race day. They weren't this good yesterday or the day before. The Rahal's got the car figured out a little bit better than it was before.
And remember, it's the only car of its kind in the race. And of course, what the opposition has to fear is that Rahal's team, especially if they improve on this car with their car they're bringing out at the middle of the season, if they have a really good piece there, they're the only one that has it.
Sam, it's the only American-made car in the race.
And that, in fact, is what both Carl Hogan and Bobby Rahal, the 2 owners, are quite proud of, and something they want to continue. They're also hoping to make their hometown of Columbus, Ohio, kind of a center for motorsports. Car off the edge of the course, and it is Mario. Mario Andretti sits off the edge of the course. He was running in second. His daughter, Barbie, disappointed. Mario was going for 2 in a row. We have no idea why he's sitting by the edge of the course with the engine shut off. Could it be fuel? Not likely. 21 laps ago was his last stop.
Now, obviously, it's going to be some sort of a power, either the engine or the powertrain, because it just quit completely, and he didn't coast very far with it, Paul.
Mario waiting for assistance from the course marshals. Gary Gerald, you're in that pit. Can you give us an update?
Well, the one word we heard, they believe it's electrical, Paul, and it looks like it's a terminal problem, and the man who was leading the points chase trying to get 2 in a row sits on the side.
And Carl Hogan now has that information. Obviously, they're discussing the fact that they think Paul Tracy's going to have to stop. And if he does, then that will turn the lead of the race over to Bobby Rahal. Let's go back to Jack Arute. Jack?
Well, Paul, when they heard what happened there, they radioed to Bobby Rahal, take it easy on fuel. They don't believe what we're hearing from the Penske pit. They think that Tracy is going to have to pit one more time. They want to make this an economy run and maybe go to victory lane.
Well, also, Jack, Rahal is 14 seconds back. So there's probably very little chance, no matter how hard he went, that he could close that gap on Tracy. So they're doing tactically the superior thing right now.
But that interval, Jack, is not the key interval. As you see him on the straightaway, you'll notice that Boisel is only 2 seconds back from Rahal. So there's still a battle developing there. Jack, back to you.
Also, Paul, add to the fact that before that last incident, they were having a problem with their radios. They being Bobby Rahal and Carl Hogan. Someone had left a key depressed, and they couldn't talk back and forth. In all the excitement about Andretti, they got the key fixed and they were able to talk.
So some luck turning Bobby Rahal's way. But Paul Tracy's still in control of this race.
Rahal talks very little, though, on the radio. Obviously, there are critical information exchanged between him and the crew, but he is not one of the real talkers on the radio.
Well, you know, we still don't know who's going to win this race, whether it's going to be Paul Tracy or Bobby Rahal or either one. This has been the most unpredictable race I've seen in a long time. But some of these cars, this one right here, Bobby Rahal, this is the one that may run out of fuel right there. But Bobby Rahal has certainly got his car working a lot better.
Now with just 8 laps to go in the run, there is Bobby Rahal as he heads down to turn 1, the Toyota turn. And Paul Tracy has picked up the average above the track record. You see the closing rate between Rahal.
Well, you can tell that Tracy has cut back on his power or the fuel that he's using as much as possible. But here's the guy, Roger Penske, that is really the thinker in the team.
Running at an average record speed at 92.416 miles an hour, with Bobby Rahal in pursuit of Paul Tracy, and Raul Boisel is chasing Rahal. We've got a great race here.
A 1993 Toyota 4x4. Nothing else comes close.
With Minwax polyurethane, you can do more than admire your wood. You can live with it too, because Minwax contains pure urethane oil to protect wood while giving it beauty you can really live with. Minwax keeps wood beautiful.
Just in time for National Woodworking Month, Minwax introduces Wood Beautiful, an exciting new magazine devoted to decorating with wood. Make your home more beautiful. Get your free magazine. Call 1-800-44-STAIN.
Imagine this is a sidewall of a tire. The whole idea is to keep the tread area in level contact with the road, or you'll lose traction, especially in cornering. Now, Goodyear has learned a lot in Turn 1 at Indy and applied that knowledge to Eagle street radials. In cornering, there's a lot of force trying to lift the tire, but Goodyear Eagle's racing-inspired sidewall design works to hold the tire firmly to the road. Eagle radials, only from Goodyear. We like to say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
It has a powerful overhead valve engine, smooth 5-speed transmission, has the best resale value of any make, and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The cost, just $1,999. It's the John Deere 12.5 horsepower STX 38 lawn tractor at just $19.99. It's our lowest price ever.
Some of the other activities here at the Toyota Grand Prix weekend in the Convention Exposition Center here at Long Beach. A great display of all kinds of cars, including a big top fueler. But we've had some action on the track in the past few seconds. Scott Goodyear is afoot now. He brushed the wall, damage to the left front wheel, and that took him out of the race. Look at that.
Well, those are magnesium wheels. They just won't take that. You can see he just instantly lost the air. The tire has no adhesion to the ground. Pulls over and stops right close to pit entrance. It's really sad. Scott just missed it. Look at this. Boy, just, you know, it's so hard when you come out there. It's slippery right now. Just boom, right into the wall.
So Scott Goodyear brushes the wall, takes him out of a key attack position at the front of the field. Nigel Mansell now moves up as a result of that situation and sits in fourth. Roberto Guerrero is in fifth. Debbie Rahal, keeping track of her husband, currently in second. 7.6 seconds behind Paul Tracy. Now, Paul Tracy has been running much slower laps the past several. He's only been running laps at about 100 miles an hour. He's obviously trying to save fuel, eh, Jack? Jackaroo?
Paul, what they've done is they just radioed to Tracy, go to 5 o'clock. That's the fuel setting. They are going to go into full conservation now. They feel, as we've said before, that they can go the distance, but they're going to have to do it with as little fuel as possible.
It certainly looks as if Rahal may have changed his mind about the pursuit. There's Carl Hogan, his co-owner, a great, you really know what's on Carl's mind. But I think the situation is that the harder Rahal can press Tracy, the better chance he has of making Tracy run out of fuel. Now, I talked earlier about Tracy's luck. He's been lucky so far in this race. He now needs a huge gob of it and some fuel in the tank to make it through to the end.
You know, as you watch Carl Hogan, he's really happy. He's sure that he has it figured out, that Tracy's going to run out. Then you look at Roger Penske, and you see the poker face that he's got. He's looking at the telemetry.
What are they thinking down in the Rahal-Hogan pits? Let's go to Gary.
Carl Hogan, can you catch Paul Tracy at this rate?
No, I don't think we can. We're going to be lucky if we run out. I mean, we run through the race with the fuel. We're right on the button, so we're pretty happy where we are. We're just trying to make sure we maintain second at this point.
All right, thank you.
All right, good.
Carl Hogan loves to race. There's his driver and his partner. But they are doing everything they can. They're charging. I'm not so sure I believe what he said. I think they've got it.
I don't believe it either. Remember that they won the IndyCar championship last year in their first year team together.
And Mansell slows down. Now, is this an indicator of anything? Mansell slows down, sitting in third place. But what I'm wondering is he out of fuel?
It has that look.
And if he is, what does that say about Tracy and Rahal?
Well, we're back to the telemetry. All the new modern stuff is computerized. They all tell the pit crews everything is happening. But it doesn't always read right.
Could this provoke a yellow, which would shake things up? Here comes Rahal.
Paul Tracy sitting 7 seconds in front of Bobby Rahal as we watch for the white flag.
You can see how straight Rahal comes off the turns. Look at how easy he's going through here. He's conserving also. It always comes down here at Long Beach to fuel at the latter part of the race. Seems like it never changes.
Paul Tracy right now is closer to winning his first IndyCar race than he has ever been. You get the feeling it's something that's going to happen if there's just enough fuel left in that tank.
And Rahal has come by the start-finish line very, very slow. He picks up speed now as he heads down into turn one. There's Paul Tracy, the 12 car. He is so close to a victory, and I'm telling you, once he wins, he is going to be very hard to catch. He fell off a mountain bike that he was playing with earlier in the week. His hands are cut and bruised. His right ankle is very sore. He was icing it down heavily yesterday, but I don't imagine he feels any of that now as Paul Tracy on his final 3 turns, and he will look at a checkered flag if only he can make it here through the hairpin in safety. Paul Tracy makes a turn onto the straightaway. The checkered flag will lie just ahead, and Paul Tracy has finally done it. He wins an IndyCar race. Paul Tracy becomes a champion in the IndyCars, the 10th different driver to win in a Penske car, and Paul Tracy has done it. Bobby Rahal comes across the line in second place, but very slowly. Here he goes as he came well off of the pace. Nigel Mansell should cross the line in third. And it's a celebration in the Penske pits. And Carl Hogan's pretty happy about it as well. Pretty good celebration for second. We'll be back to talk with the winner of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. One very terrific run.
perhaps 1992 IndyCar champion Bobby Rahal. When we said he was flying, we weren't lying.
Over the years, I've made a lot of trips back and forth to Vegas.
So how's it going this trip, George?
The odometer was broken for over 50,000 miles, so I say we've got 300,000 miles on this car.
Hi, George.
I've had a longer relationship with this car than I've had with any woman.
Hi, George. How are you?
This beauty's a living example of what can be done with proper maintenance and AC Delco.
Hi, George.
AC Delco parts. It's like buying time.
Why do people really like Toyota Paseo? Take this home lie detector test. I like Paseo because A, it's practical, has a driver's side airbag, or B, women dig it. A, it has 100 horsepower performance, or B, women dig it. A, Paseo starts under $11,800, or B, women dig it. Paseo, a very practical car from Toyota.
Well, Paul Tracy, welcome to IndyCar Victory Lane. You're first.
Well, it's a credit to the Marlboro team. We had 2 flat tires during the race. I just can't even believe it. You know, we just fought back all day, ran strong with the Marlboro car. You know, I have to, just thank the crew for that one. They did the job, got me in and out of the pits real well, and I got to thank them.
Adds new meaning to patience. I bet you learned one here.
Well, it's, we stayed in there all day, and, we ran it, and I'm just happy to be in the winner's circle.
Paul?
So Paul Tracy takes his win. Nigel Mansell finishes in third and takes the point standings by 4 points over Mario Andretti, his teammate. Paul Tracy is the winner of the race here in the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Bobby Rahal second, Nigel Mansell third. Teo Fabi comes home fourth, followed by Roberto Guerrero and Robbie Buell. It has been one terrific day here in Long Beach. A tremendous race, and Roger Penske's team comes out on top. Of course, the next stop is the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. Many stories yet to be told and tests yet to be run as we take a look down through the entire final results. It's been a great day under beautiful skies. And Nigel Mansell now moving to the point standings with his third place finish here. Bobby Unser, you really love that one.
Certainly one of the best races I have ever seen in Long Beach, and unpredictable from the start to the finish.
And Sam, as we said, always electric.
Paul Tracy's 17th IndyCar race has produced a win, and I think we're looking at the beginning of an era where we're going to see him win a lot more.
What a great day and what a great year for IndyCar racing. We're on our way now to the Indy 500. I'm Paul Page. So long from the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach.
The Toyota Grand Prix has been brought to you by Toyota, reminding you to always buckle up. Do it for those who love you. By John Deere Lawn and Grounds Care Dealers. Nothing runs like a deer. By cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. And by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time. Saturday, ABC Sports rolls in with bowling's biggest event. It's the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Then, ABC's Wide World of Sports presents the gymnastics event of the year. It's the World Gymnastic Championships, plus a Kentucky Derby preview. Later, stay tuned for World News Sunday over most of these ABC stations. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC Sports by United Airlines. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
Will that be the day when you say goodbye?
For 2 weeks, they were the most wanted teenagers in America.
You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
Murder in the Heartland, Monday, May 3rd.
You know, special phone services from C&P Telephone can revolutionize the way you use your phone. Let's take a look. Honey, I just promised Paul Revere I'd light 1, maybe 2 lanterns, and I'm history. Hold on, that's call waiting. Paul? Yeah, I'm glad you called. Listen, was it 2 if I land and 1 if I see? Paul? We never discussed 3 lanterns. Call waiting unless important calls get through. You can order now or try another great service, Caller ID. It shows the number of the person calling. There's more. Why do they always put belfries on the top floor? It could have been Paul. Just use return call. Oh, hi, honey. It was you. Yeah, I thought it might have been...
The British are coming!
Paul.